What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and I'm excited to be back with some more Eva Frame. And this is Eva Frame EX01. I don't know if we're going to get a 02. Maybe? There's a lot they can do, and as you can see on the top, we got what's pretty much the main ones that you're getting. Actually, I think these are all the ones you get. It's Unit 1, Anime Head Unit 2, and the mass-produced models. Yeah. Did they have a name? I just remember them as the mass-produced models. But by the time I build them, I will make sure I know for a fact. But we got nothing else, just Eva Frame EX, and yeah, let's crack this box open, and let's start with our usual Unit 1. And it is just Unit 1 in the original anime styles. So it's not like the rebuild version, which means it has a purple abs. And you see pretty much some of the accessories that we get later in the set. By the way, I want to say these boxes are a little bit bigger. But yeah, so that's Unit 1. Obviously, next up we got Unit 2. And yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know how different when we get to the actual... When I get them built, I'll make sure to bring in the other Unit 2 as for comparison, because I'm going to be curious on how different they actually are. I know there is going to be a little bit, because I know even with Unit 1 there's differences, but like outside of the head crest, I'm really curious on what the basic Unit 2 is going to be compared. So yeah, it has its own little special knife and back things. Next up, we got the mass-produced one, and I think it actually has a hingeable jaw, which kind of makes it, like, gross, but I'm kind of in. But yeah. Don't got no shoulder pads. I think that's probably what kind of makes these guys kind of creepy. Like, they're just gross little gremlin things. Like, ugh. Mass-produced Evas with their, like, lipstick mouths. And last up, we got weapons. Weapons A and weapons B. And, yeah, you got some katanas and a stand for Unit 1. So that's pretty cool. And for Unit 2, you got a shoulder pad and the Spear of Longinus and that double-bladed sword that she stole from these guys. So this is kind of also an end of Evangelion set. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kinda, when you think about it. But I don't know what the katanas are from. If somebody knows what the katana, like swords that it comes with are from, like, tell me down in the comments. And, or maybe I'll look it up before I build them. Like, I don't know. Like, I know where these come from. I don't know where this comes from. Like, is it a game? Like, was it part of the, like, I don't know, pachinko game? I don't know. Either way. So, that's pretty much it. The box is empty, and, yeah, I'll get all these built up, and we'll, you know, take a look at them. So, we'll go then. So here's Eva Frame EX all built up, and, or as I like to call it, the anime base set. Like, this obviously is somewhat based off the original anime, especially when you look at Unit 2's head crest. Also, let's just start off, as we always do, at least for most of the videos, with a Unit 1. And this is different, so real quickly we'll go over the articulation if you haven't seen any of my other Eva Frame videos. You obviously have a ball joint in the neck and the head, so you can look pretty far down and a pretty good ways up. These shoulder pads are on ball joints and little swivels, so they can get out of your way. The arms are also on ball joints and pretty much can go all the way around. We got a bicep swivel. We got arm about 90 degrees, but we can go kind of both ways. And I will say this set is probably one of the best where you don't have to apply any stickers, because look it, if I bring in clear unit 1, like they don't have to do my bane of my existence stickers of those little nibs on the top. Love that. Love that a lot. So yeah, obviously you still have shoulder stickers. We'll bring them back in a minute. And knee stickers, but that's about it. Like, you really don't have much else. And obviously you have the like inner ab joints, so you can get them real crouched if you really want to. Got ball jointed legs, so you can go that far back, pretty far forward. Like, you can pretty much go all the way around. Got double jointed knees. The whole thing is ball jointed. Feet are ball jointed, and toe joints. So you can get them in a ton of poses, and I think she looks pretty good. And this is actually one of the few Unit 1s that I know makes sense, because again, this does look more accurate to the original anime. Like, especially if you look at the clear Unit 1, and I know it's not exact, but it's pretty much shows you a lot of the changes of, like, you have like purple now in the little ab rib area. You got white eyes instead of yellow. They obviously just blacked out these, but a lot of the other stuff is still the same, like the orange on the knee pads. But overall, I do think they look really good. And in the accessory pack, we got a stand, and Unit 1 does come with a pallet rifle, but also we had, like, I think this was a cut thing from the original Evangelion series of just 2 swords. I don't remember their names at the moment. I looked them up, but they escape me now. And you can take the sheaths off if you want of the shoulder pad, but I'm just gonna keep them plugged on. So if I can get them to just get those peg holes, and there you go. And you get pretty much 2 like sweet looking swords, and you can easily pop it onto the ball joint, and you can have her with her sheathed swords. But it's kind of hard to balance, but not that hard, so you just gotta see. Unless are you standing on Unit 2? Nope, no problem standing, but I prefer to keep the regular shoulder pad on, personally. But if you want, you can. If you see the little holes, see little pegs on their hands, which, by the way, their hands are ball jointed, you can just give her both of these swords. And there's multiple peg holes, so if you really, depending on where you want it, I like to aim for more of the middle ones. So yeah, there you get Unit 1. And next up, we got Unit 2, which looks really good, honestly. And to bring in Rebuild Unit 2, you can obviously see the differences are the heads. There are regular shoulder pads, I was just being lazy. But, like, that's the big differences. Obviously, you have the white in the abdomen. This just has a lot more orange and purple. I do like that. Again, barely any stickers on this. I think the knees were stickers, but that's fine. And again, I do really like this version. I think it looks really cool. And for some accessories, we got this, like, bazooka. This came in the accessory box, but they also came with their own little progressive knife, which they can hold, obviously. They also came with alternate, like shoulder abs and alternate arms if you really wanted to use these, but I'd rather use the painted ones. So they don't come with any stickers anyway, so who cares? Then you get this alternate, like, I think it's like supposed to be like a missile pod kind of thing for a shoulder pad, and I don't really care much for it. It's like, I'm not gonna put it on. It's kind of neat, I guess. I don't know. They also come with some fists, so if you want them to hold from the accessory box, the spear they stabbed that one angel that was just an eye with. You got that. And we got a mass-produced Spear of Longinus. So if you want her to hold either of those. But I do like it. I think, again, this set was both really relaxed on stickers, and I think the paintwork they did is great. Like, I think you had to put stickers on their chest, but the purple is paint, all the orange on the arms, and the shoulder pads are paint. So, yeah, I think Unit 2 looks good. And now let's move on to the mass-produced unit, which it did come with alternate arm things like Unit 2, but, you know, not really meant to use them. And it came with an alternate pair of fists. So, there you go. And this big blade piece came in the accessory box, which I think I have upside down now that I'm looking at it. I think the pointy end, I'm going to get it out of their hand anyway. They're holding on to it real tight. And I think they look good. They're very creepy. I'm glad the head, it does have alternate articulation. It comes with its own unique neck piece and head. So that's kind of neat. And you can move the head all the way around. And it can obviously grossly open up, and you can see their green tongue. Oh, nasty looking buggers. Like, I think this looks really cool. Like, these are definitely not one of my favorites, but, like, I do like that you can get them in, like, poses and everything. Like, these are good to fight your other units, and these come separate, but I don't think you ever have to really take them apart. And like you saw earlier, you can just plug it into his hand if it will plug in. Nope. Yeah, it's kind of a little pain in the butt to get it in his hand. But yeah, you can really get some good poses out of the mass-produced unit. And honestly, this is one area where if I ever came across these in the wild, I might pick up more, because we did have more than one mass-produced unit. But I don't know. I'm cool with the one I already have. And overall, I do think that, like, honestly, maybe you could call this the end of Evangelion set, because that's the movie these guys debuted in. And, you know, I think that's also where Unit 2 used the bazookas? I don't know. I know the swords were a concept thing. But, yeah, I think this is honestly a really good Eva Frame set if you guys want to, like, track one down. And this would probably be the most easiest, because I know this was the one most recently released. Like I said, barely any stickers. And really great accessories, if you ask me. I think the swords are cool. Having another Spear of Longinus is pretty good. The spear is actually pretty cool. I actually gave this to some of my Soto figures. Which, speaking of which, let's bring in some examples. And I just lost where my Soto example is. But we will show up in Shoto. We got Gatakiri Ba O's, and he is quite small in comparison. We got SH Figuarts Revi. We got Shoto Punkjack. And let's bring a vinyl in just for size. Right there. Again, none of them probably properly scaled because they're supposed to be giant robots. But overall, I think this is actually a really good set. Like, both from the lack of stickers, the great accessory pieces, which, by the way, you do have to sticker this hilt. Forgot to mention that. Oh, God, they all fell. But overall, I think this is a ton of fun, especially if you have been collecting them. I would say, honestly, out of all the times you could get repeats, at least these ones are alternate versions and are more based off the original anime. So I think this is actually a really solid set. Which one is your guys' favorite? I think my favorite, I want to give it to the mass-produced, but I really do like the Unit 2. I think Unit 2 is my favorite of the set. Not saying Unit 1 is bad. Unit 1 is always really good, so I can't always give it to it. So Unit 2 is probably my favorite. I think their accessories are pretty cool. Again, it comes with fists, so you can give them, like, the spear if you really wanted to, so you can just feed it through their hand. There you go. So, what do you guys think of this set? And do you guys think there's going to be another Eva Frame set after this? I kind of hope so, so we can get like anime, like Unit 3. I think that would be pretty cool. And I don't know, and I know there's a couple others that are from like games exclusives, which I would kind of like to see as well. I don't know. Do you guys think Eva Frame is kind of going to be done after this, or do you guys want more sets? Because I definitely would not mind. Because again, I will take as many units as I can, because these aren't that bad for the price. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and until whatever I do next, bye!